Alright, welcome back to another episode of podcast that is powered by House of Abundance. And today we're going back again on our multimedia podcast. And today we're going to dive on specifically on the multimedia spectrum. And in this dynamic of multimedia, we will, discuss it today. And of course, I am your host, Gabriel.
And I am Jamie. Today, we're exploring the different forms of multimedia, how they intersect, and their impact of our daily lives.
Yes, absolutely. So, today, multimedia is encompasses a wide array of content types. We all know about that. For example, like newspapers, magazines. Those were just type of written multimedias. And then we have videos, audios, but we're just going to do with the old, including text, audio, images, animations, and video. Eh, I mean, it's literally everywhere. Am I right?
Right. And it's
And of course, wait, and of course for our social media terms and some educational platforms.
yeah, right. And it's not just about having like different formats. It's how they blend together to create more engaging experience, right? Like for example, thinking about video tutorial.
Oh, that's one really good example.
Yeah, you have the visual elements of the video, but you also have the text overlays, background music, and voice narrator.
Yeah, exactly. And that blends really enhances learning and retention. Speaking of education purposes, many schools and universities are adopting multimedia tools to make lessons more interactive. And I would like to ask you a question, Jamie, if you have seen any examples of these, like you can go beyond our country. If you have seen anything forming like this on other, countries, not only ours.
Yes, I recently attended a workshop where they use augmented reality to teach anatomy. Students could interact with 3D models of the human body using their smartphones only. It was a fascinating way to engage with the material.
That is such amazing. Like you could think of it if you're, you know, if you really want to look at this type of, let's say, what you already stated, anatomy, you could just rotate it right, 360 degrees,
Yeah,
x x proportion, y proportion, so you can look on what you really want to emphasize, and that really sounds incredible. Augmented reality is a great example of how multimedia can elevate traditional learning methods. Like, it is so good, like, it's going underrated. It's not just unlimited education, though. Have you also heard that many people are using multimedia as a form of, marketing strategies, leveraging and innovative ways on how they're, marketing their products?
definitely. Brands are using a mix of video, graphics, and interactive content to tell their stories. Take the social media campaigns, for instance. A well crafted Instagram post may include a stunning photo, a catchy caption, and a short video, all designed to capture attention quickly.
Yeah, we really can't forget about that. And of course, what we're doing right now, the rise of podcasts.
Absolutely, you're right.
Audio storytelling has surged into popularity within the early 2020s because we already know how we went through here. Like, we were just mostly isolated on ourselves because we really cannot interact with people, and the only way we can interact with people is through, you know, it's either voice call, video call, or voice call. But let's be honest, some of us have anxieties, and We do not prefer video calls, am I right?
Yeah, I can relate to that.
And of course, many podcasts incorporate sound effects and music to enhance their listening experience, like this. Our background, you know,
Yeah.
music is just a fire in a fireplace. Just listening to that.
Well, that's true. A fantastic way to engage an audience while they're on the go. We're part of the movement right now. So, Gab, how do you think the future holds for multimedia?
Well, Jamie, I think, I think, I think we'll see even more integration of emerging technologies like virtual reality, as you have said, and of course, artificial intelligence. Imagine fully immersive storytelling experience where you cannot only watch, but you can also interact it with narrative. Like a huge example is like what do you call those things? Visual novels.
Wow, that sounds mind blowing. I think the key will be finding the right balance, so that the technology enhance rather than overshadowing the content itself.
Right, you're real right there. And it's also about creating meaningful experience for users, and as content creators like us, we have to stay adaptable and continue learning about new tools and trends.
Well, speaking of learning, let's share some resources of our listeners who want to dive deeper into multimedia.
Great idea. A few platforms to check out are Canva, of course, for graphic design. Like, Canva had adapted so many ways. You can now create posters there. You cannot just create presentations there. You can now create posters. You can now create many things in Canva. And Adobe Creative Cloud for video and animation. And even free tools like Audacity for audio editing.
And don't forget about online courses. Websites like Coursera or Skillshare have great multimedia courses to help people sharpen their skills. You know that?
Yeah, I actually have tried Skillshare, and God, it was so good. And of course, perfect timing that you have said all those. We'll add the links down to our notes in our show in the description below. So, as we're going to wrap up, what's your favorite aspect of multimedia, Jamie?
Ooh, let's see. I love how it allows for creativity and expression. The possibilities are endless, and I find it fascinating how different mediums can come together to tell a story.
I couldn't agree less. Yeah, thanks for turning into this episode of Multimedia Spectrum. And before we wrap up, we have me, of course, to be next online on this podcast. I will dive deeper into some people that I have, interviewed about how they think multimedia can be helpful on learning.
We hope you find it insightful. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Now,
Goodbye.
tuning in.
So, hi, we're back again. Okay. So now we're going to ask our guests here about multimedia and like that. So, how do you think multimedia will help for the learning? Like, go.
I think it helps because it's more clearer when multimedia is used to education. It's also very captivating. It's very when you look at it, it's very pretty to be honest. And sometimes it's sometimes it's more easier to get access of those when you're at home, especially in education and especially in COVID-19 because in modular, that's all I see multimedia.
So, yung multimedia is like,
Hello.
so after we get her, like we managed to, and then anyway, what is the importance of multimedia and how can we incorporate this into, us students in learning?
Okay, thank you for that wonderful question. What is multimedia? Multimedia, it is a combination of one or more media like text, graphics, audio, and video, and etc. Okay, alam naman natin na ang multimedia ay nakakatulong sa ating pag-aaral. Why? Kasi, di ba sa ngayon, ginagamit natin sa ating generation ay puro gadgets, puro electronics. So, ang multimedia ay nakakatulong upang mas padali nito yung ating buhay or ating pag-aaral, mas lalo na paggagawa tayo ng mga PPT at mga school purposes. Mga research, ganun, and pwede tayo makapagkuha ng source by internet or by searching into our internet.
She gave everything, like, she fills me up from bottom to top, like, lahat. That was so very good answer of you, Madam Moser, and please thank you for letting us interview you, like, like, you gave, yan, syempre, magic. Okay, so, Madam Moser, I just want you to, like, can you look at down, like, so, yan yung website namin, like, can you just, like, visit it, like, for the purposes. Like, thank you. Okay. So, y'all, click this na ha. Click this.